Winston the Traveling Dog Goes to Egypt and Jordan by Cynthia Anne Finefrock. This is Winston, a furry, energetic, and well-traveled Pomeranian from the USA. After traveling to London, Paris, and Italy, Winston couldn't wait to travel again. Where should I go? He asked himself. Winston dug out his paper map and pondered over it. He remembered learning about the pyramids in Egypt while watching the Travel Channel. He also remembered that his favorite movie, Indiana Bones, was filmed in the nearby country of Jordan. It was settled then. Egypt and Jordan, here I come, barked Winston. Winston decided to splurge on a first-class ticket to Egypt. It only cost 100 dog bones, and it made him a very happy passenger. After a long flight, Winston arrived in Egypt. Off to the pyramids! Winston learned that the Great Pyramid of Giza is the only surviving structure of the 7 wonders of the ancient world. It was also the tallest structure in the world for more than 3,800 years. Wow, I wonder how many dog years that would be, thought Winston. After running laps around the pyramids, Winston took a rest in front of the Great Sphinx of Giza. Winston was almost convinced that visiting the pyramids would be the peak of his travels, but with so much left to see, he couldn't be certain. He sure was excited to find out. The next morning, Winston took a Nile River cruise. The Nile is the longest river in Africa. There were many things to see while floating down the river. The first was a camel. I've never seen one of these before, remarked Winston. It smells different than my friends back home. He also saw small boats called feluccas and palm trees in the sand. Later that day, Winston visited a place called Abu Simbel, the site of 2 special temples cut into the side of rock. They sure were tall. He then went to the Valley of the Kings. While he was there, he went inside a tomb where a pharaoh named King Tut was buried. He saw pretty drawings on the wall called hieroglyphics. The last stop on Winston's Egyptian tour was the Sahara Desert. The Sahara is one of the driest and hottest places on Earth. While there, Winston saw mirages of dog bones in the distance. Good thing Winston grew up in the desert and knew that a mirage is when you think you see something, but it's not really there. Speaking of dog bones, it must be time for a treat. Egypt was the ultimate travel destination, but Winston was excited to explore his next stop, Jordan. After an early flight, Winston was exhausted. He decided to take a swim in the Dead Sea. Since the water in the Dead Sea has a lot of salt in it, it makes it easy to float on your back and relax. After some much-needed relaxation, Winston put on his Indiana Bones outfit and headed to the lost city of Petra to look for treasure. Squeaky toys, he hoped. Petra is believed to be one of the oldest cities to ever exist. Surely a dog in ancient times has buried a toy for Winston to find. Well, Winston didn't find any treasure, but he did meet a new dog friend. Friendship is better than squeaky toys anyway, thought Winston. They swapped travel stories over a shared plate of falafels, meat kebabs, and hummus. Very tasty. Before leaving Petra, Winston saw another camel. Hey, I know you, barked Winston. Wait a second, where did your party clothes go? He also saw a goat and a blue lizard. There sure are a lot of critters here, thought Winston, as he made his way back to his pup motel. Once again, Winston was sad that his adventures had come to an end. He learned a lot of important history on this trip. He also enjoyed sharing an authentic Jordanian meal with a new friend. Winston loves to eat, and it is fun to try new foods. Although it was still a little scary to go to new places and experience new things, Winston was becoming braver with every journey. Practice makes perfect, which means it's time to start planning the next adventure. Where do you think he will go next? The end. Until next time.